coming for you. Hello, and welcome to Cooking with Good Looking. I'm Kevin, and I'm cooking with a good-looking chicken. Let's get started. Alright, now we're just going to quickly cut his spine out. Alrighty, come on out of there, fella. And then we have one spatchcock chicken. But wait, there's more. I've also found his friend. We didn't want him to be lonely on the smoker, so we really felt like he needed a friend. And now we have two, almost in the floor, spatchcock chickens. We got two wonderful chickens to put on the smoker today. I've also got a pork tenderloin I'll be putting on later this afternoon, as well as smoking some mac and cheese. And in all seriousness, none of my chickens were harmed in the making of this video. They are still just as lovely and pleasant as ever out there. I could never harm my ladies. Meat birds, different story. But in all seriousness, guys, do me a favor and smash that like button if you enjoy our content, even a little bit. If you don't like it, reach over there and smash that unlike button. The algorithm from YouTube really promotes our videos the more interactions we get. So if you can like the video and comment, even if you just want to comment a little emoji and put a smiley face on there, that would just tickle me to death. We are going to slide out here and get some food on the smoker going and get back to working on the rabbit hutch. We got some doors and feeders to place and stuff like that today. I have got my beautiful assistant helping me today, and we will not put her on the smoker. Maybe. Well, depend on what kind of attitude she has. But we got company today, guys, so let's get out there and get after it. Happy Saturday. The smoker's rolling. We're going to get some doors put on these cages. Biggest thing to keep in mind on your rabbit cage doors are the size of your nesting box in which you will have to place inside. We're going to make plans for the larger nesting boxes, being that we're going to be raising meat rabbits. From a little bit of research, even the larger ones seem to be about a 12 by 12. So I want to make sure I've got ample space. So more than likely my door is going to fall in the neighborhood of 13 or 14 inches wide and tall. So more than likely I'll just go with a 14 by 14, and that'll give me a big enough door that myself can get in that door to get the rabbit out when the time comes. So with that being said, I'm going to lay this first one out in the center and get it cut out and get all the edges either ground or filed or sanded or whatever flat. I want to make sure I eliminate any snags. That way we're not getting injured and the rabbit's not getting injured coming in and out of the door. Just to give you a little rundown on what Miss Angela's doing here, I have got her trained on those J-hook pliers. Yay me. She's doing a fantastic job. And what we've done is we cut this door out, and we ended up going 14 by 14 inch on the door hole. We cut out a piece of wire out of another scrap. Thank you for the egg, young lady. Enjoy your day. See you tomorrow. We cut a piece of scrap a little bit larger than the door hole opening, and what we have done is use these J-hooks as the hinge, and it's folding to the inside. My theory behind this is where she's at there working will be the top of the door, so that the door will open inward and up. So clips that actually hold the door shut on the bottom can be used to hold the door up also if you're working inside the cage and the door's not just bouncing on your head and getting in the way all the time. You enjoying it? Is it fun?
Loads. So glad you saved this for me. Thanks.
You're welcome. I'll go cut out the next one and give her another one to do. Our great big bad guard dog is hard on the job now. She's after it right there. You doing okay? You need anything? You need some cucumber slices for your eyes, or maybe a mani-pedi? What a bum.
And just like that, 2 of them are done. I'm not real sure what he was talking about. That wasn't too hard. I caught on pretty quick and I'm able to help. So we'll see. He's working on right now getting the feeder boxes in, and so we'll switch over to that. And then we have one more door that we're going to need to work on the middle cage. So
Alright, we've got 3 doors, and hopefully everybody kind of caught how we did these makeshift doors. I know this cage material is pretty hard to see on camera, but these go inward. They're hinged up here with the J-clips. We've got to find some kind of clips to use for the bottom. Probably end up putting one on each side. I actually never ground the inside of this one, so I got to pull this one back out and do that. But we'll clip these on both sides, and that will be the doors. All 3 of them are done. We had to go opposite of center for the center one here, and the door is flopping right here. But we were only able to find 2 feeders from our previous rabbit owning experience. What she did with them, I don't know. But we've got those 2 in. Just cut a simple slot, and then they just hook on. Those are pretty simple and pretty easy. We're going to take the pieces that were cut out for the door and make the What do you call that, a hay cage?
Hay crib.
Hay crib? Yeah, we'll call it a hay ring. I don't know. But that'll be their little hay stash. And we'll establish those right above the feeder. That way any remnants that fall from it will fall down into their feeder.
It'll be on the outside, so we'll have easy access to
Stuff it.
fill from the top. And then what falls will land down into the food. So hopefully less waste and less that will get mixed into the manure.
But we'll make a run tomorrow and get the few things that we do need. We got to grab one more feeder and stuff like that. We're going to get these hay cribs, as she wants to call them, built. And I'll show you how I'm making those. And then I think maybe I can make her go over here and start digging some holes in the garden.
I'll watch.
Now, to be 100% honest on these, I am not happy with how these cages turned out. I'm not happy with the material we used. They're a little bit flimsier than I would like. They are a little bit cruder than I would like. So I think what we're going to do is use these for the grow out cages on the bottom. And in the future, because it won't be long before we'll need those grow out cages, we will build our permanent cages and use this as our learning experience for the grow out cages. And then we'll build our full-time rabbits a nicer home. I'm probably going to look towards stainless steel, probably a little bit bigger section for the walls and the ceiling, maybe a 1x1 or a 1x1/2 or something like that. But I'm going to look around at some of my material options and see what I can come up with. Because this works, but I'm just not super happy with it. And I'm not super happy with how they turned out. But for now, it's great. These are the pieces that we cut out of the doors. And I'm getting rid of the little jagged chunks that are sticking off of them. I don't want to cut these little bitty pieces to where they fall down and my chickens decide they want to eat them. So I'm trying to make sure to collect all those. I don't think those would work out too well in the craw of the chicken. But I'm going to get these pieces squared up. Alright, I got all the edges cleaned up on this. It's just a square scrap. Nothing particular here. This one's like 12.5 by 13.25. What I've done is my feeders are 7 inches wide, so I went just a little less than 7 inches wide, and I'm going to bend both ends in. Right here and right about here. You can use a hammer, 2x4, whatever, if you want to make these edges a little bit sharper and cleaner. But that's going to work pretty sufficient for me. And then I'm going to notch this bottom, what we're going to call the bottom. Up about that far. This is very precise. So I took this notch out right here, if you can kind of see that. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I went about 2.5 inches up. So we're going to do the same thing over here. I've got both sides notched out here and here. So I'm going to take and fold in this bottom lip over on this side. And I'm going to fold this lip in on this side. And then I'm going to take this bottom and fold it over right here. And then we've created this little bottom basket, and this will mount onto the cage, and then we'll cut a little bit of hole on the bottom on the back side, and then we can just stuff it full of hay. And of course we'll put that on with the J-clips like we do everything else. And then when we try to J-clip this bottom, we will try to get a hold of everything so that it holds together well. And we may even put one on it right here just to hold this side together. And that is how we're going to make our little hay baskets, or hay rings, or
Crib.
hay crib, or whatever in the world you want to call it. Simple, cheap. These are probably 10 bucks at the store, and this will suit me just fine. So what we're doing here is just verifying and making sure, because we went ahead and J-clipped the corner on the bottom. Make sure your feeder's open. Make sure you got plenty of room to access to open and close your feeder. And then you want to, whatever kind of scoop you're using, make sure you've got plenty of room to get your feed in. This still gives me access to fill the hay from the outside. And we'll notch the cage on the inside just a little bit where they'll be pulling the hay through at. But anything that they have waste-wise should also fall down in their feed tray. And more than likely, this will be where we end up putting one of their tiles. We've got some old 18-inch tiles that they'll be able to lay on this summer right here in this corner. And veggies and scraps, anything like that you throw into them, you can throw in on their little tile, and they can lay right here by their food for it. Simple.
Folks, he was looking for his safety glasses. Guess where they were? They were on his head.
It happens. It is what it is.
At least he's wearing them, huh?
We've made it as far as we can make it. We have the hay feeder on both end cages. We did not place it on the center one yet because I've got to wait and see what kind of feeder I can buy and make sure that it's going to fit. I do have it made, and it is laying inside the cage. We'll make a trip to town tomorrow and get the few little last necessities that we need for that. And I've got to pick up the few pieces that I need for my watering system. I just need a 90 elbow 4-inch and an 8-foot stick of 4-inch pipe, and then I'll show you how I'm going to do my watering system, and we will be ready for rabbits. So now we're going to step over here to the garden and see if we can start digging a couple of holes to plant our post that the gate's going to hang on. She loves digging holes. What can I say? It is what it is.
Alright, first off, we're going to start with setting the remainder of the T-post. and he's going to back the truck up and move it over this way so he can drive those in real quick. And then after that, we're gonna see if we can get our entranceway where our gate will go, and hopefully that'll work out.
Holy peanut butter and jam. What a day. Super productive Saturday. We're exhausted. As you can see, that little sunset rolling down behind us. We've got just a little bit of time left on the smoker over there. I've got one chicken off so far, the one that was closest to the fire. I've got another one to pull. The pork tenderloin's on. The smoked mac and cheese is on. Mama's about to fall out and take a nap.
My back is killing me. And I've got a headache, but we got a lot done, and I'm just glad I was able to help with something finally.
Isn't it nice to have somebody help participate?
But it's been a nice day. It's been a beautiful day, actually. So
A little warm for me. I don't know what she told you about the entrance that we're working on here. It's kind of a oddball, crazy looking mess, but we planted a couple of cedars back here. Maybe they'll spring back to life. I highly doubt it, but there'll be a couple more. This will be the entranceway coming into the garden. There'll be a couple more down here with some overheads and some 8-foot fence attached right here for trellis for some snake gourds that I got from Papa Pepper. And I've got some loofah gourds that'll get planted on here, and probably some string beans and some other things. But this will be the entrance, and then we can separate out our rows either side, assuming we're going to be able to actually till this a little bit. We're going to make an attempt tomorrow for a tiller again. I highly doubt that'll work, but we're going to try. They are hard to get idle.
what did we find one last week, and
It was an off-brand, and I
that
was
we
like, I'll wait. And they're like, yeah, we'll get more in, but I looked midweek, and they didn't get more in. So
I'm ready to go enjoy some of that tenderloin and smoked mac and cheese. How about you?
just ready for a shower and a nap.
I could go for a nap.
That's all we've got for today, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to leave a comment. It really helps the algorithm with YouTube, and it helps promote us out there. And that's one of the best things you can do for us is share our videos, share them on social media, and try to help get us out there if you don't care. And God bless you guys, and we will catch you on the next one.